Hey again. Back so soon, just the next day after streaming. Well, yesterday. The coffee prices manipulation got me really wanting to do a bit more Wiki Free, so it's going to be a bit shorter session today, but still might be able to do some stuff. Let's start immediately going with election just starting right now. I don't think... Oh yeah, the industrialists got forced into the government by an obligation, but can I just kick them out? Okay, the Liberal Party is yet again having 4 different interest groups, which is not ideal for the sake of my legitimacy, but I suppose it's fine. Everyone just wants to piggyback off Intelligentsia and them having the monarch, basically. Still, I'm very happy I have trade unions in. That doesn't really happen, and I'm actually surprised. It's probably because I have very high literacy and very few peasants, I assume. Actually, sometimes it's so hard for me to get the trade unions in power. Oh, whoa. Wait a second. We have some peasants. For the first time in forever. It's probably the vast majority of those. Oh, excuse me. Probably the vast majority of those are actually migrants from other nations. Let me actually check out. Poles, Mexicans, and no Afro-Brazilians, so I guess it's also a big chunk with pop growth and them just not having enough war. Well, so far the end of German. Some of those are migrants, but not all. Yeah, we have money problems. So, okay, I managed to do the coffee thing. I am halfway there for this thing, so need almost 20 more years. That's not going to be easy. And I also need it for my Magnanimous Monarch. I basically... Yeah, I will have to become a great power, and maybe I can sneak an additional point if I marginalize armed forces. But that's tough, because I cannot do it in a revolution, because that would also cause a negative condition, though... Actually, wait, if I remember from my China play, if it happens once, it doesn't happen again. This is any revolution. I think I lost the additional point. Did they lose multiple points from revolutions? I don't think so. I think it can only fire once. So yeah, basically I have to become great power, and I think it will be somewhat of a goal. Well, probably not decision because there might not be enough time. But being a great power will help a ton with our power block. It will help with more immigration. And yeah, it will help with Magnanimous Monarch as well. So I think that's going to be the goal. How are you doing with leverage, by the way? Well, it's close, but not close enough. New Granada is positive, actually, so that's good. And a lot of people are actually having some leverage there. Venezuela is getting up there as well. If I manage to destroy their anti-Brazilian league, that would be nice. I think I'm mostly losing money right now from all of those diplomatic pacts. Yeah, I assume those are the investments for the lobbies in other nations. I don't think they have a lobby. We know. There's only Venezuela, I think, right? I'm currently going for the northern expansion of my power block, and especially I want New Granada because it's a minor power. Bolivia would be nice, but they don't like me. Argentina is a puppet of Russia, which if I'm strong enough and Russia is weak enough, I will be having to expand my army right now to become a great power. So it's a lot of divisions. Maybe if they're at war and they manage to snipe it before they get any troops there. There's a possibility. Uruguay and Paraguay don't really matter that much. Central America is a minor power as well, so maybe I should start slowly working on them as well. Because minor powers increase the speed when you gain with which you gain mandates. Excuse me. This is, I think, the earliest stream I have done in a long while. Some revolutions. Tuscan is still a thing? Oh yeah, Italian unification really didn't start going at all. So far, at least. Oh, I think Austria is just too powerful. Next parliamentary republic. Well, that's not going to be happening anytime soon. And this is another guy who I can't kick out. At least he's an alcoholic, so eventually he should die, though. In my experience, characters in Wiki 3, at least, not sure if it's still the case, but it used to be that they really don't like dying. It's very tough to actually make them die. What am I building? Railways and then naval bases. The question is naval bases, because soon I would be using ironclads. Oh yeah, they switched the naval and land freeze for some reason in the latest DLC. And I mean, I could start working towards them, but my research speed is pretty slow, to be honest. Yeah, I definitely need some more universities. Yeah, I think just building normal ships is fine for the time being. Yeah, I would need to double my prestige pretty much. That's tough. Well, yeah. That's very difficult. I have a number to preserve metaphors. Oh, that's because everyone else is not building metaphors. It's just the steamships are probably the thing to go. Maybe what would be useful at this point is ports. Yeah, because I probably could be trading more if I only had more convoys. And trading seems to be a pretty good way to gain influence in other nations. We're not becoming a parliamentary republic, guys. Wait, landowners have this special... Yeah, they're elitist here. Sure. Session in Occitania. Oh, it's Savoy. Yeah, I've liked that the population is finally starting to grow. In theory, the curve... It's flattening a little bit, but if we manage to keep this one, we possibly could overtake the United States. And the big thing would be having other nations join the customs union. Then people from there would be migrating to Brazil, though there's not that many people in South America in the first place. Is this a free university? Sure, why not? Petit bourgeoisie with their stupid things again. And I cannot kick them out because they're part of a party. So that's being very annoying, very obnoxious, and also I'm going to lose. That's very annoying. Because I would happily kick them out of the government, but I cannot. Half of the interest groups are in the same party. Do I just accept the petition and allow it to time it out? I wonder, is it going to be worse? It's minus 15, minus 8. So let's say I click this. Oh, actually I will not get a legitimacy penalty. So this is better actually, and if I manage to keep them in government? Whoa, we're starting to make money and we're still building stuff. Though it is mostly because I think the private construction is picking up a little bit. I think they are realizing that there are free peasants to be employed. There's a new guy in charge of the church and he's a traditionalist. Yeah, looks like the capitalists are finally starting to build stuff. Well, in this case it's nobles from manor houses, but still. This hasn't been happening before. Do I have... Can I trade with those guys even? I cannot. Oh, okay. So that's why there's no economic contact between us. Which means, honestly, I should be probably changing all of those. Is there anyone I'm interested in the Caribbean? Probably not. Insignificant power. Cuba would be interesting to flip, but they're a Spanish puppet. Evangelize? Again, there's probably interaction between subject and overlord, yep. What are the allies of Spain? Austria, okay, so that's not happening. China. Let's see, where else? I kind of would like to have maybe try to spread my power block into China, because I think like there's all those smaller nations are a good potential. I can't trade with France because they're my neighbor. I guess interest in the United States is a good idea too. Uruguayan Brazilian League. Sure, it's the problem is you guys are subject of, or are you guys no longer subject of? Oh, they somehow managed to free themselves from Russia. Not sure how that happened, but I mean, if you guys don't really want to be part of the Russian Empire anymore, then by all means. Just let me find some way to actually start interacting with you guys. Ecuador would like this, so sure. Mosquito Kingdom is still a subject of United Kingdom, if I recall, right? Yeah, so not much point doing any business with them. Actually, I should also look at all the possible trade routes. Once all of those interests activated already, they should be. Right, so let's try doing some trading. First, exports. Portugal doesn't really matter. Nothing really important. Someone actually wants a bit more coffee. And I have a trade agreement with Spain? What? Really? No. But somehow it doesn't cost me bureaucracy? Sure. Let's do a quick check. Fish, of course, I'm very powerful when it comes to exporting fish. Okay, let's send it to... Let's help Chile out a little bit. Peru as well, there are buddies. But I'm most interested in the North South American nations. France wants some glass, sure. Let's make sure they don't even consider breaking our alliance. Well, we don't have alliance, but I think they're still protecting me. Apparently, luxury clothes. Maybe I should focus luxury clothes a little bit more. I think since I am the biggest economy in the area, I can probably focus a little bit more on luxurious goods than all those others tiny markets. Medical tools. It's not much, but it's something. Anyone got anything good to import? Actually, yes. Okay, this costs bureaucracy. It's Spanish. Maybe it was some kind of UI bug. Maybe I didn't look into correct market name. France is importing coffee. Coffee. They are overproducing coffee crazy as well. Coffee seems like bad. Okay, not that much trade possible. But we are trading more with New Granada, so that's good. Let's slow things down a little bit so I don't miss anything. French could be... Let's take some of this from French and then try exporting it in other South American nations. Rubber. We will be soon producing a ton of rubber. It's probably going to be a pretty important thing. Oh, we could be importing some of this from China. So let's try it. It's going to cost a bit of bureaucracy, but maybe if I can sneak a trade agreement there, something could be done later. Okay, let's get sulfur. I mean, it's a decent price. both Venezuela and New Granada have good price for this, for tobacco. Let's get tools from France, so then I can export it to other nations. Peruvian wines, famously known. We are making money, god damn. That's a first. Almost 9 million people as well. So by far the biggest population in the area, right? Yeah, by far. Probably bigger than Mexico. Not bigger than Mexico just yet. So they are fighting another war against the United States. What are they fighting? Is it the war where they're not going to gain anything? No, it's actually a very real war. Don't see Russia winning it. Because I think the United States are pushing. Yeah, there's Argentinian leaders here. Mexicans. Russia doesn't seem to be doing much for the time being, at least. Thinking about, do I have any laws I would like to push? Everything over here I think is fine. Of course, getting universal suffrage would probably be better, but it's going to be a bit difficult. Not that much, actually. They wouldn't be that pissed off. If I could make industrialists like me a bit more, then get trade unions in the government, something could be done. Of course, multiculturalism would be best, but that's not happening anytime soon. Mass conscription, of course, is very good, but that's also not happening anytime soon, so this here is pretty much done. Free trade would be nice, but a lot of people... Yeah, armed forces got a protectionist leader, so it's not going to be changing. I think we will be able to invite them soon. No, I need to get a bit more. Also, I have free construction right now. I'm kind of happy letting it tick down a little bit for my debt. Let's see, let's look at the market actually. Coal, you can see actually our market is starting to become somewhat more adult, let's say. Big boy nation market. The prices, even though they are higher for some things, oh my god, that's a graph. It's not like in the 50% plus. It's much more reasonable. Grain is plus 4%. It's our current standard of living. We are number 9 in the world, so it's still in the top. It's probably the biggest nation in the top 10. I assume I have bigger population than Belgium at this point. Yeah. So the biggest nation in the top 10. New guy leading the industrialists, which is a big thing. A positivist. Okay, that's... not helping with anything. There's a lot of people who support a single party state, if I recall. But yeah, it's not really helping with anything. This guy is a bit annoying. And if I could remove armed forces entirely from their clouds, that would be good, but this might be a bit tough. I think I would just build a few more... Wait, I'm researching dynamite in 8 months. So I think I will wait for that. Because this will increase the amount of coal being produced significantly, but I will need explosives, and I don't think... Yeah, we're not producing that many. There's no demand for them, but I think just in case, what are the requirements? Paper, fertilizer, and sulfur. So definitely need more fertilizer. Sulfur is going to be difficult. Very annoyingly, there's no source of sulfur in the entire Brazil. Fertilizer. Do I have none? No, I have fertilizer. A lot of infrastructure in some places. It's probably because the very high... I had some problems with transport, so tickets. So I've overbuilt railways in certain places. Eventually it should be evening itself out. Bari people. Okay, I love that we're getting mass immigration one after another, which is really what we needed. Oh. There's apparently a somewhat big war in... It's a revolt in China that's causing a lot of people to join. And then let's get explosives in the same place. They're not going to be making money right now, but I suppose it's going to be changing pretty soon. Yeah, all sulfur. Those places have sulfur everywhere, but I have none. Could consider building more whaling stations for the oil. It's fairly cheap. In Rio de Janeiro, at least there's some peasants. And there's like very few. I think it's 3 good jobs, so let's get it done. No free spots. Yeah, those places don't really have peasants. All logging camps, they're done. Could get a bit more lead, but lead is currently mostly used for glass, and I don't really need it that much. Apparently, iron mines would be very good here. So let's get... Oh yeah, iron is the same as coal. It's going to be... There's going to be much more production of it once the dynamite is done. Actually, so what I should be doing right now is universities. I'm down on my... Yeah, I don't have enough innovation even to fill my cap. So let's get at least 3 in all of my key states. Actually, I wonder, because Brazil starts with not all of their states incorporated. Maybe it would be a good idea to not incorporate all of them, because what it also does is the average for mass migration attraction is only being calculated from states that are eligible, which means which are actually incorporated. So it would mean that the mass migration attraction would be on average higher. We're still quite a bit behind the United States, but are we second spot? A bit behind the UK as well. But slightly ahead of Belgium by the sliver. Yeah, we are hanging around the top spot, so that's good. Getting those migrations is very important for Brazil. Did Russians? Yeah, Russians managed to arrive, which is causing problems with the United States. Do I want to increase my wood production? Oh, this is interesting. More glass, more steel. Increased production of services. Someone is getting plantations built in Rio de Janeiro, and it's not me. Who's building it? How do I assume it's someone's doing an foreign queues. Ecuador is building it. Actually, quite a few people are building plantations in Brazil. And that's interesting. I mean, actually, I don't mind. I mean, feel free, especially if it's plantations. It didn't really matter that much. Now the question is, I don't think there's much oil. There's probably some oil in Brazil, but not much. Of course, most of it is in the north. Oh, I'm already done with my construction, damn. No, impossible. Why do I have so much money? Is it because the private construction is actually picking up the slack? Looks like it, actually. Though I assume they're going to be running out of money soon, though they have more than $250,000 banked up. They are losing it. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, the investment will have been increasing for some time now. So do I build more construction for the first time in a long time, or do I just switch to steel frame buildings? Which honestly... So this is interesting, because the next production method for construction will be much more efficient when it comes to population. Oh, there's a revolution in Persia against the French. What? Balochistan was part of France? Okay. And this increase, changing to different construction method would be a lot of glass, a lot of steel, and a lot of explosives. I am preparing for the additional explosives, but it's going to take a bit. Steel also is going to be a problem. Glass, I think, should be doable. Could also think about getting ports. In Sao Paulo, at least, there's a ton of peasants there. Okay, let's put it in the queue. Not necessarily going to be doing it soon, but... Did New Granada actually start to... No, they still don't really like me. Yeah, I'm trying to make you love me, but it's difficult. And migration attraction, always good for me. Losing some leverage over Ecuador, but I think I will be... yeah. Looks like a lot of people just lost interest in them. Okay, got the new explosives. So let's see how the market is going to look like when I switch all of those. So first of all, gold for sure. And they're instantly missing explosives. So let's give it some time. Let's put maybe some explosives a bit higher in the queue. The private construction is already running out of money, so they're doing only one building at a time. They're going for steel mills, which is exactly what I need. The queue is starting to grow, and yeah, there's the whaling stations, the universities, all of it is bunking up in the queue, which is probably it'd be better if I focused on something. But I think, yeah. See, I'll get some explosive factories going, and then I'll see how possible it is to actually switch to the different production method. French explosives always sound good. Yeah, too bad there's not much highly developed goods I can get from the actually local nations in here. I wonder, does it count as its additional leverage for bordering my... No, it doesn't look like it. It would be nice if there was, you know, like a bonus for neighboring a nation that's a member of my power block, but doesn't seem to be the case. Fish are expensive again. Okay, let's see. Can I export wood and then fabric? Probably not, I assume. Actually, I can. New Granada wants some wood. A guy got exiled. Nothing really important happening. Yeah, the average prestige of great powers is increasing and I'm not really catching up. Maybe if I was a bigger producer of certain things, but with my population it's going to be very, very difficult. Let's see, so decent wood. Those guys are getting those rubber plantations going. Eventually I will probably be a leader of rubber production, I assume. Yeah, all of those have the all automation production methods. There's, yeah, very little actual grain production, only 25 farms. Well, 30 if you count rice as well. Okay, those guys left Parliamentary Republic. And joined it again, no, never mind. Are United States still pushing? They are, actually. Yeah, but they probably have much higher troop numbers than I would have. Let's see, the United States are putting, yeah, 500,000 battalions. They have very high conscription. Yeah, and they actually won. Boosting their population quite a bit again. Though that means that I'm almost the second most populous nation in Americas. Though Canada is bigger than me as well. Damn. Actually, I didn't expect that, though. If they get... Will they sell those? This is almost 5 million people. It's almost half of their population right here. So I'm not sure what the exact mechanics of this event are for the well, United Kingdom to sell. It's called Washington. Yeah. For it to sell it to United States. Let's do a quick check of will they actually change their... It's kind of annoying that I cannot make them like see how willing they are to actually accept this. Not sure if there's any way to do it. No friendlies. Those guys at least like me. They have some decent clout. And we're slowly boosting our relations. Should be boosting relations with those guys as well. Am I doing it? Yes, I am. Good. Oh, looks like some navies got bigger or something. New production method there. Let's put it... Oh, I actually have quite a few of those. Let's place them in areas that have a lot of nations, if possible. And maybe there. Maybe let's start trading with Russia. I think they should have some territory here, yeah. I think it's... Is it any state has to be in the interest for you to trade, or... Does it have to be the capital? I think any state is fine. Empire of Korea. They're not really doing anything. Japan has free trade, but they're not doing anything as well. Which happens very often with Japan in Victoria 3 lately. Yeah, they actually love me, but the issue is... They are a puppet. I could try and... Yeah, I mean, we could be trying to do some support independence thing, and those guys do like me enough. Though, yeah, I just don't feel like I'm strong enough against Russia, still. Anyone wants some wood? Not really. Hardwood? Not really. Oh no, he might... Oh, well, that means we basically have no chance of passing this. Unless I make armed forces marginalized. This is kind of silly. There's quite a few of those events that have to happen. So Petro's 2 health is in decline, has to happen. A rejected failed Republic proposal. If you want to stay, it has to happen. So you lose points from all of those. That's annoying. Let's go for the decree cost. And get more green grass campaigns. Where do I want it though? Migration attraction, yes. I guess over here is the only place. I mean, it's not too bad all over the place. It's in the 40s, but still. Looks like Paraguay is actually receiving some migration right now. Quite a bit from Russia. Oh yeah, because they're part of the Russian market. Their population should be growing quite quickly for both Argentina and Paraguay. Argentina has 7 million people. Hot damn. Those Russian pops are doing the work. I assume it's... Yeah, Belarusians are third group. If you count all of them, they're actually... Like, all the pops from Russia are... have the plurality in some of those areas. Oh my god. Argentina is living the life. Yeah, it would be really nice to actually free them and have them join my customs union. Sooner or later. It was here, right? So yeah, so now that this happened... sucks. Do I just try to suppress them and see what happens? This is a lot of money from those taxes. And I'm already not doing that many consumption taxes in the first place. I would have to remove 3 greener grass campaigns to gain suppression. And with this, I think I'm in the second spot right now behind the United States. Let's check the ledger. Yep. So I do need all of those decrees ongoing. Oh man, that sucks. So we're going to... yeah, landed voting and then presidential republic. Which means all of my... all of those members in my... well, they are monarchies, but actually that will make all of those more likely to join because they are presidential republics. Hey, Jojo, gaming. So I think I just, because apparently there are some negative points you have to gain from this journal entry. I'm not sure when you started watching. Is this Pedro II's health is in decline? It looks like it has to happen pretty much. Amazon Pact was formed by the United States. Excuse me? Oi! What you guys doing? Spain also has their own, and of course everyone is stronger than you, that's not really surprising. And their ideological union. Excuse me? I was first ideological union in Americas. They actually managed to beat up Russia and their Mexico, so that's pretty impressive. I wasn't expecting that would be happening. Actually, 20% lower strata loyalists in Sao Paulo would be pretty huge. It's a huge chunk of my population. I think it might be... yeah. It's my first time more loyalists than radicals in a long time. Weakening church is always good. Yeah, Sao Paulo has like the most of my population, 2 million. Yeah, also interesting fact, because Argentina was part of the Russian market for the longest time. Currently they have 8 million people. Which is pretty crazy considering their start, but wow. I think like maybe just joining some as South American nation, joining some power bloc just to be part of it. Though actually Russian power bloc is kind of specific because they vassalize you and then you're forced into the customs union. It's not the case for quite a few. Like you would have to join the Zollverein. Though the United Kingdom is also pretty likely to vassalize you, I think. Why am I having issues with fertilizer? Oh, because there's more and more explosives. Socialists. Well, I would love socialists because it means more standard of living, which is the goal here. But why is it giving boost to the army party? Is military left-wing in Brazil? Rather than trade unions? What's the parties like? Oh, they're actually the same party now. Fair enough. Actually flipped this so I have a bit more legitimacy. Okay, so that's fair enough. They're actually the same party now. So let's make sure they are in the same party so they get the votes. Yeah, I would actually love the trade union to be more powerful. Okay, landowners left this for now. They might join it again in a second. It'll be the first time. Okay, let's try a risky thing and see what happens when I switch my construction method. Probably it's not going to be great. Okay, I'm missing steel. That is not necessarily going to be that big of a problem. Yeah, I'm missing everything. Chile wants a defensive pact. I mean, if you guys really want it, sure. So let's maybe not switch everything at once. And maybe this one as well. Yeah, just missing a bit of steel. That's might be slowly doable. Still. Okay. Things are slowly fixing themselves. And this is more construction, so I will be able to focus more on steel and other stuff. Wow, super good price. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, I have some peasants now, so that's also good. It means I need to focus construction for sure. And a bit more glass as well. Buildings are getting big enough that I should be getting at least some throughput from stacking. So a lot of elections lately. Walls and wheat paste. Oh, it's the event for this. This sucks. I don't want to be giving this support, but at the same time, weakening trade unions seems nasty. That's sure, they have already quite not that much power. I don't think they're going to explode in these elections. Yeah, not with that momentum. Damn, Liberal Party is going to crash. Let's make sure important stuff like steel and glassworks, though actually, well, whaling stations are not a priority. Iron mines are pretty good. Some universities is pretty important at this point, and ports will also solve some of my problems with goods in the market, so it's also pretty decent. Oh, I can change the leader of intelligentsia, so let's make sure I know what this is about. Who is this guy? The reformer. I mean, in theory, compulsory primary school would be pretty nice. Who else is supporting this? Aren't you guys already supporting? You are not supporting this already. So this is quite a significant change. And industrialists wouldn't even care that much, so I think this would be a good idea if only I had human rights. Ah, curses, foiled by human rights again. Yeah, though it is pretty doable. And I think after getting rubber, pretty good idea to focus on that. There's... I'm switching to the next age, so there's a lot of stuff I really want, but my tech rate is not that fast. That's why I need universities as well. I actually, you can see that my debt went down significantly, probably because of privatization. Ethno-state. Oh, wonderful. Intelligentsia ethno-nationalist. Can I kick you out? I can. And you are still unmovable. Actually, where can I steer national agitation? Bolivia, no. This guy has been smoking, drinking, and absolutely fine. Doing everything against me. Landowners are back in business. Annoyingly enough. Looks like they are taking a bit of clout from military. At least. They are losing it. It's been a change. Landowners didn't get any votes. But usually they get their clout from just wealth anyways. They don't get that many votes in when there's a lot of people voting, of course. It seems like not much change happening in this election. Armed forces are low, yeah, but the only way for me to get Magnanimous Monarch at this point is if I manage to do armed forces and make them marginalized. Which... Pretty tough to be honest. Yeah, I think I like having a Tito. I could make trade unions part of the government if I really wanted something good. Per capita proportional taxation is interesting, though there's quite a bit of opposition to it. Getting some better polos would also be probably pretty good. Church and trade unions would support this. Yeah, though industrialists would be quite pissy. Do I just want to wait for compulsory primary school? I think, yeah. More literacy will probably mean stronger trade unions in the long run. I have pretty high literacy as is, so gotta keep it going. Not that much increase in leverage over Ecuador, but that's, yeah, the biggest issue continuously is just weak power block. Also losing Peru and Chile as minor powers, they're becoming, how's it called again? Insignificant? Yeah. Oh, Chile is back as a minor power, which is good, because that means it speeds up my mandate, as you can see, from minor power members. +2. And we're the weakest power block by far, so that's also not that much. So this additional is not going to be changing much. It means I will have a bit more infrastructure, a bit more tariffs. But it's not really that important. How is Spanish power block? Imperial Circle, Sovereign Empire. They are a great power, apparently. Yep. They do have a huge army. Yeah, it's mostly from army. Also, they have actually quite a big GDP as well. And subjects. Yeah. Time to boost my army will be coming pretty soon. I'm already building up my navy a little bit, though it is pretty old ships. So I'm not sure how prestige is calculated in regards to type of units. Because in theory, just keeping them of older type, if I'm not going to be using them, and it's the same prestige, then it's more efficient to just keep them just frigates and man of wars. Russia is attacking China. What are they attacking? Is the actual goal? Return Beijing and make Taiwan protectorate. Did they get... How did they claim on Beijing? Is it because they have a... Because this is not a treaty port somehow, and it's a split state, so... Okay, Spain is going to be helping China, which is good, I think. Oh, France is fighting with Great Britain over... Well, not just Great Britain, this is a huge war. Not that many dead, though. So it's United Kingdom, Scandinavia, and Egypt fighting against France. Mostly against colonies. So this is actually good. I think it was improved in this DLC. I'm not sure if it's the same with the basic aggressiveness of AI, but it puts war goals that it actually kind of makes sense. Like they're mostly going for colonial stuff, not really going for like Paris and so on. When it comes to wars between France and Great Britain, at least. Of course, it makes sense if Austria went for Alsace-Lorraine, for example. Papal states! Well, this is not a nation I expected to be uniting Italy, but here we are. The Pope is a theocrat. Well, who would have thought? Explorer as well, interesting. Pontifical, it's something special? National supremacy. A revolution in Argentina. I got some events actually. Why have they all started at the same time? Prestige. Yeah, for sure. Ethno-national. I'd rather not. Yeah, a few more radical pops, doesn't really matter. Actually, yeah, I should make Intelligentsia happy. Plus 20 prestige would be huge. And I think I could do it because they support children. We'll also make anti-Russian leaks somehow if I just... I think I have embargo on Russia already, or maybe not. So I'm not building up the military right now, so it's not that important, but something to consider once at least most of this construction queue is finished. Fertilizer plants, good, good. That's what I need. Opium. Of course, where else but in Colombia? I guess it's still New Granada because it still controls Panama. How are you guys feeling about... still don't like me enough. All of you. Constantine joined Spanish power bloc. Are they? Oh, they are a city-state basically. Aren't they the vassal? No, they just decided to join. I guess they're tiny, so probably it's fairly easy to make them like you. Okay, at least the universities will be here. Still not enough to be full for my cap. Losing standard of living for some reason. Yeah, almost 10 million people. That's good. But yeah, Argentina is actually doing comparatively better. And of course, United States, actually, they managed to conquer a bit of Mexico, so they are far, far ahead of me. I might be overtaking Mexico, so if they lose California as well, then it's going to be pretty easy to overtake them. Yeah, once I become a great power, start having a customs union with other nations, things will really start to get going, but it actually is taking way more longer than I thought it would be. I was hoping I would be having my start like 10, 20 years ago at least as a great power, but I think I did a lot of mistakes in the beginning, so... Oh, actually, I can use some of those explosives for this. So, what's the price for explosives currently? Not that high, actually. It's pretty decent, and I could solve some of the coal problems, which should lead to better steel as well. Okay, let's try it. There's not that much explosives, because there's not that many coal mines in the first place. Okay, that's good. Iron is pretty cheap, so adding explosives is probably not a good idea there. Especially since I have a fair amount of iron mines, though it would cheapen prices of a lot of stuff. In theory. Well, it wouldn't make them cheaper, it would make them more... bring more money to steel mills, basically. Which I'm not exactly sure is what I need. I'm still importing a ton of steel from France. Just, yeah, basically, good amount of stuff I need to build. Which is good I have the pops for it, at least. Yeah, it's decreasing. Didn't get a mass immigration event for a bit of time already. Let's actually check this quickly. Yeah, there's just not that many happening right now. Oh. Well. There's quite a few going in here, but that's probably because there's one of the few places they are actually accepted. 65 almost. We are slowly catching up to the United States. So in theory, if there's someone who... French Republic has no attractive eligible states to be targeted by mass migration. Interesting. It's a base that's interesting, that the big nations actually, like Russia for example, it's very high to increase their mass migration attraction because they have so many states. And then UK manages to overtake it by having some very, very high immigration states. And of course America has arable land everywhere, so they have very high bonus from that. But yeah, as you can see, most of South America doesn't have that high of a bonus, though they still manage to get Serbians. Okay, no, they no longer want ethno-state. Thank you, guys. Great to hear. Oh, rubber mastification. So this is going to be very interesting. I have a huge potential for this. The question is, will people be actually buying it? Because I am certainly behind technologically quite a bit. 3 events at once. What's going on with this? Is this a known bug or is it just happening to me? Maybe because the save is kind of broke because there was a hotfix. What? Yeah, it's happening to everyone, Joacho, or it's very annoying to be honest. Yeah, I guess just radicals for discrimination. Petite bourgeoisie. They... what? I think failed petition just happened. Just literally just now. Yeah. So apparently it's a known bug. A reformer. Yeah, so in theory I would like to pass compulsory primary school soon. So I would want that guy, but he's petite bourgeoisie, so he's going to join some shitty movement again. So I'm saying no. No more reformists. Strength and intelligence say yes. Thank you. Okay, yeah, the taming Amazon. That's finally this is happening. So how does this work? Let's see. Rubber properties, long known, yada yada yada. State should upgrade to exploit Amazon forest. Okay, so I want to exploit it everywhere, but what are the options? So this is develop Amazonian state. They need to have urban centers and rubber plantations. They get... oh, so I assume this is a reduction of state construction. It's not additional state construction efficiency because they already get it from... wait, what? Yeah, it's minus 30 from Amazon rainforest. So it's combined with this, it makes it even harder to build anything in those places. Okay, so it might make it even harder to build for 2 years, but eventually... oh, it gets the trait developed Amazon rainforest. So I assume it reduces the penalty. Exploit Amazon rainforest. So we need to have rubber plantation, urban center, does not have taming Amazon, has developed. Okay, so I need to develop, then exploit. Fair enough. Sign the Treaty of Ayacucho, which is, I assume, how you pronounce it. I need to have civilizing mission. Something with the Andes. So wait, it's not at war with Brazil, it's strategic in the Andes, so which one would that be? Okay, so over here. Also I can use it on something. Let's see. And they need to have few battalions, so Paraguay needs to have 7. How do I decrease it? Ah, at least one of those, okay. Relations are greater or equal to 50, which... is it the case already? Yeah, pretty much. So that should be pretty easy once I get civilizing mission, and then the last one, claim Acre. Acre. Something with Bolivia. Also, apparently I'm going to be taking a chunk of Bolivia here. I mean, it's something. I think Bolivia hates me anyway, so maybe taking it from them might not be a bad idea. But what do I need for it? Once again, let me see. Gains claim on Amazonas, which I already have a claim on it. Bolivia hates me even more. Oh, so basically I need to take this as well. Gains claim of Amazonas and I need to own it. Okay. Well, anyways, basically I will be clicking this all the time once those places have enough rubber plantations. Okay, clear, fair enough. It's probably going to be happening, assuming the world actually has enough requirement for rubber, which I'm not sure if it's going to be the case, frankly. I'm kind of afraid that a lot of places are not going to be using that much rubber, at least for the time being. How are Pops doing, by the way, when it comes to spending? Still mostly fish. What the hell is with fish in Brazil? They're actually, yeah, I mean, they're mostly eating fish because there's barely any grain. But at this point, it like changed so much, it's just staying there despite grain being fairly cheap, all things considered. Oh yeah, yes, you get the price is still, price of fish and grain is being connected pretty much. But there's so little grain in the Brazil market that it's favoring fish. And I mean, frankly, fish is a better good because it's laborers working in them. It works pretty much. Fisheries are basically lumber mills for fish. If you get my drift. But that's interesting. I don't think I've ever had. I think it's something that apparently happens on this patch. Is grain is a bit more difficult to actually have in meaningful numbers. So it might be happening quite a lot on this patch. It's going to be interesting to see. The fish are the most important thing. Apparently I need even more fish. Okay, steel price is going down. It's just glass at this point. Let's prioritize glass a little bit. And get this done, why not? Argentina is slowly colonizing, very, very slowly. Okay, we got ironclads, but switching to this might be a bit difficult, to be honest, so I might wait a little bit. I mean, to be honest, I'm not rushing to be removing Cloud from military forces, because I need the Emperor to live for, what, 15 more years? You need to import grain from big nations to have cheap grain now. Way too hard to make grain on small nations because you need so many people to do it. Late game might be different though, since I believe grain is as efficient as it was before the change. Yeah, I think it's very possible. And honestly, as Brazil, I don't really want to have farms of any kind, because that means there's less free arable land, which means less migration attraction. So for example here it's, yeah, plus 16 from unused arable land. Oh, apparently it's still less efficient grain, even on the highest. Oh, we got a new mandate, which doesn't change anything for now, but hey, well, it's a step forward. I mean, 10% more infrastructure. Easy. Oh, okay, finally some migration. Bashkirs coming in. I was looking at the rise when I thought it was the same number. Yeah, there's a lot of different, how do we call them? Cereals as a group. And I think they have they all are slightly different, but effectively the same. It's just, is it the same? Yeah, so fig orchards are a bit more efficient than citrus orchards. Though, seems like those are, no, rice is more manpower. Rice is more building efficient, looks like. Requires the same amount of people. Yeah. Rice is better for building. Interesting. There's a very slight difference, which in my case that means I guess I want more rice, because that means I will have more unused arable land again. With this, with all of those buildings, maybe I will be able to increase my construction even more. Oh, those guys are building stuff in other nations, which is fine, absolutely fine if we were in the customs union, but as is, it's really not efficient. Like, I wish they made the customs unions a bit more achievable. Like, if I was a great power, of course it would be fairly easy anyways, but... And at least have it in 10 years. Probably faster if I manage to get something done. But having it done at 3 mandates, it's a bit expensive. I wish if they make that even level 1, honestly. Customs union is such a big thing. Yeah, it comes from legitimacy. I think I have fairly high legitimacy right now, and Chile doesn't want to switch from wealth voting. It's weak power mostly. Because I'm not the GP. Maybe they will accept this now, so let's try it again on them. They've been refusing. Yeah, because there's just... Maybe because there's by default 0 success. If they actually started it, they would have 30% from the ideological union, but it seems like they're very hesitant to actually go for it. Oh, they actually are going for it, so that will be some cohesion more. Assuming they pass it. What? How is it plus 10% and plus 30% is 10%? No, I did it like 3 times before and they were refusing, and they can refuse. And I think it doesn't tell you that, but I think it reduces your relations as well. They just say, oh, we are going to try to pass it later, and after some time you get an event. Oh, well, that's interesting. Circassian people. Russia is just exploiting their people to the entire world, basically. And they're also fighting someone. United Kingdom. For a huge chunk of China, apparently. No, wait, it's Korea? Yeah, it's Korea, actually. United Kingdom going for Korea. Latvians, nice, okay. That's going to be a huge boost. Oh, I actually have a bit of a problem with bureaucracy. Maybe because I'm building more stuff? A bit from trade routes. And of course more people, that means always more administration. Let's get a few of those. And no, wait, I can just do this. So yeah. Let's just switch a production method. In Rio de Janeiro, I guess. Not no. Yeah, I don't think it's updating instantly, so... I think we have more loyalists than radicals. That's good. Industrialists, yeah, it's really easy to get a lot of loyalists in industrialists. Though they hate me for a lot of reasons. Yeah, monarchy, that kinda sucks. See, I'm 14 months away from humanism, and I think that's what I'm going to go for. Because it will make intelligence like me enough, so I will be able to maybe try to boost my prestige and become a great power. Once I get additional 20%. Then maybe also get the tech for more prestige. Is it not this one? Yeah, and this one as well. In the queue. I need a lot of stuff, but I think becoming GP will solve the most of them. This is not really efficient usage of my construction, but it is also if they're building in Ecuador, this is increasing my leverage in theory. So it looks like my leverage is actually going to be decreasing. Yeah, I own 5% of their GDP, and it's only plus Oh, if it's 20%, I guess. I'm not sure if... am I supposed to be interpreting this as percentages? It would make a lot more sense, I guess. 77 is not little. Let's see, anyone wants any diplomatic pacts? Some people would actually accept... Wait, Cuba... Is Cuba independent? No. But I guess they're dominions, so they can make their own pacts. But I think I would focus on... Oh, Ecuador wants one. Oh, yeah. And then Central America. I kind of think about France, but I think they are still guaranteeing me. Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, we are starting to make moves in Central America, and then one wants maybe... Yeah, I think I already gave them an application, so that's going to take a while. Georgians coming. Thank you, Russia. Thank God for Russia and their people coming to Brazil. We are actually going to 10 billion in just a second. That's actually kind of huge. Uruguay, I don't think it's worth maintenance cost currently when we are not a GP. Trade agreements, maybe. Central America, they want applications for all of it. Steam Donkey, it actually might be interesting because it allows more automation, and I need automation, clearly. Yeah, actually, if I manage to... It would be nice if I could gain a bit more influence. But I'm not sure if there's... Oh, I can remove fund lobbies, maybe, in some places. Because I have it in all of 3 of those, and I think those guys already have a lobby. Okay, people from Bolivia moved in. One of those had a lobby. Was it Venezuela? Where can I see it? I guess here. Yeah, they have both anti-Brazilian and friendship. There was a place to see the lobbies much easier. Ah. Why is it... I'm not sure what's causing... I think, yeah, I'm mousing over battalions probably. That's why it was vanishing. And they have Ecuadorian Brazilian league as well. Looks like my leverage is going to be increasing, but the unclaimed leverage is going to be increasing as well, which effectively means I will have less advantage. Oh, there are minor power as well. So getting Ecuador in would be really nice, actually. And Peru is also a minor power. Suddenly everyone is a minor power in South America. Well, not that I'm complaining. Yeah, actually, if my increasing my own prestige would mean other nations might become less powerful, but it's still worth it. Yeah, so now I have 2 minor power members. Not much change effectively, but... Slovenian uprising? That's tough. Interesting that there's basically no movement on German and Italian unifications. I mean, Papal States did manage to annex 2 Sicilies. Russia, thank you! Make protectorate in Iberia on Portugal from Prussia. Sure. This guy is another one to support Parliamentary Republic, not great. Pernambuco was somewhere right here. Yeah, it's one of my courses. Okay, that's good. All of those states are actually targets of mass immigrations right now. And they will be also arriving in neighboring states. At least in theory, I think. Yeah, they are gaining significant numbers of people. Let's see, when is this going to change? Currently they're moving to Rio de Janeiro. Mariculture. It's the Finns, okay. And they're not moving yet. Catholic Church is out. And maybe I will be able to remove traits, armed forces. It might be difficult when I'm trying to be expanding my army pretty soon. I mean, switching to mass conscription would help with it, but I think it's quite far away because of technology. Enlistment offices. Actually, no. Do I go for the instead of 5% prestige? Probably. I still have some time because I need this anyway. And the guy might die any day now, in theory. Some revolutions. Yeah, things are looking pretty interesting. I like the leverage for the time being as at least as a fairly small nation. Might be very different as an actual GP. How are you guys liking me? You guys actually like me. So having Bolivia join would be pretty nice as well. So I am already working on the relations, that's good. Can I grab some more rivals? Romania, sure. Sachsen-Meningen, sure. Serbia. Yeah, Serbia is my greatest rival by far. Both states. Oh, is my enemy. I'm the power of Hesse Castle, apparently, according to the game. And Greece, sure. Kingdom of Heaven. I actually managed to witness it happening right here. Yeah, Italy is trying to... Oh, and also France is going to be fighting Tunis, which is supported by Kingdom of Heaven and Austria. And they might liberate Occitania. And I mean, France is not certain to win this. Liberate Occitania, that would be pretty big. How many troops does Italy have? Well, Kingdom of Heaven, excuse me. 100, but Austria should be strong. 300. France has 300. Though it seemed Austria was a bit weaker before, so we shall see how well they do. The Turkish system is actually pretty rough. Yeah, that basically collapsed as a power block. Still, they are way stronger than me just because of Austria, but... Oh, that's interesting. So, I really don't want trade unions to lose that much clout. But weakening military is more important currently. And I think trade unions, at this point, they will come back on their own eventually, one way or the other. I want communists. I want communists a lot, for a lot of reasons. Sure, I'll take the communists. I hope it's still in total a reduction of clout of votes for this party, but we'll see. Also, I'm running out of money again, but that's... Yeah, I'm really annoyed there's no way to actually monitor how much money we're gaining from privatization. It seems like sometimes I'm gaining that, sometimes I'm losing. I'm losing money from my own spending all the time, but I have no control of... maybe not control, but no way to see how much I'm losing or gaining from privatization. Genius campaign, human rights. This is good. This is strengthening trade unions more in particular, which is exactly what I want. And I think I will go for this. So how much prestige do I have now? I'm missing only 100 from becoming a GP. And those guys even left the Parliamentary Republic thing, so that's nice. Now industrialists are supporting it, which is great because that means they're not opposing a compulsory primary school. So that's sweet. And yeah, I think I will be ending it now. It's a bit of a shorter session this time, but you know, it's the second day in a row. Okay, this is the war. Are they going to be taking Alsace-Lorraine as well? I don't think I saw it. No, but they might take Austrian Rhineland and Papal Province. So yeah, things are actually looking up. We are, I think, if I played better, we could be like 20 in the same position, like 20 years ahead. But well, I'm not going to be complaining that much. Things are looking up. There is more immigration now that I'm actually trying to get it a bit more. So yeah, maybe that's another mistake. I haven't been playing for the mass migrations so far, and you can see when I actually started going for it, the increase in the population has been massive. This is very important. And I mean, population is king in Victoria Free in all manners, basically. So yeah, GG guys, and so yeah, it's probably going to be a bit of time before I continue this, a few days at least. When it comes to streaming on YouTube, it might be a bit different because it's all staggered. And though on Thursday the MP campaign is starting, so that's going to be something to look up to. And if you would like to join the MP, it's still possible. Just DM me on Discord or something and I'll send you the invite. Yeah, it is a pacifist playthrough, but I'm ending the session. You can see the VODs on YouTube if you want, Viking Steel. I'm basically limiting myself to expanding militarily where I have claims, though like some of my claims are not even worth it that much. So yeah, pacifist playthrough basically. Also, I'm trying not to gain protectorates, though we'll see how it goes. Yeah, GG guys, see you in a few.